How can you earn passive income with programming courses? This is what we're going to cover in this video. So we're going to cover how much money you can earn with programming courses, which topic to choose for your course, which course format, where to host your courses, how to sell your courses, and I'm also going to talk about the impact of AI for programming courses. So quick introduction, my name is Julian and I've sold online courses on my main channel. So this is my secondary channel, but my main channel is Eat the Blocks. And so I've successfully built an education business and I was able to escape the 9 to 5 as a software developer, and I was able to do this business full-time. And so how much money can you earn with programming courses? So I'm going to first tell you about my own experience running my education business on my main channel, Eat the Blocks. So when I just started this business, I was able to monetize very fast. So in the first few months, I quickly made a few $100s. Within 1 year, I was able to make $10,000 per month. Within 2 years, I reached $50,000 per month. And within 3 years, I reached up to $330,000. That was for my best months. So that was absolutely insane. I never thought that I would be able to go this far, but yes, I made it. And so if you are curious, I used to teach blockchain development. And so I cannot guarantee you that you're gonna make as much money as me. Total, I've made $2 million with my education business, which allowed me to become financially independent. So now I still work because I enjoy what I'm doing, but this is by choice. This is not by necessity. But even if this is not guaranteed that you're going to have the same outcome as me, at the very least, you should be able to build a stream of passive income that complement your salary. So for the smaller course creators, the people who make just the least amount of money, they make at least a few $1,000s per month, which is very nice. And if you push it, really, you should be able to replace your salary of software developer, making $10,000 per month as a course creator. This is an outcome that is reachable by most people. So passive income is really nice. And if you compare this with other ways of making passive income for software developer, like building your SaaS, for example. So compared to building a SaaS, online courses, this is a little bit less regular in the sense that basically when you have a SaaS, usually it's quite regular. So you make $1,000 and next month maybe you make 1,100, 1,200, etc. When it comes to online courses, it's more volatile, which is both good and bad. So this is bad in the sense that nothing is guaranteed long term. But this is good in the sense that if you find a topic that becomes really popular, you can go up way faster than SaaS and really reach the star. And even if this is not consistent, but you are able to make a lot of sales, then so what? When I had my best months at $330,000 per month, then it's still better than a SaaS that is consistent at, let's say, $1,000 per month. I've made more than some developer make in 5 years, or even for some of them 10 years. So really, I would say this is a pro and con. But yeah, this is basically how much you can make as a selling programming courses. So just to recap, it can be just a complement of your salary of programmer. It can be a replacement, or it can be even more than that. Which topic should you choose for your course? This is a very important question. It can really make or break a course. If you have an attractive topic, you are all set to be a big success. If you don't have a good topic, this is going to be much harder. So before that, you have to be very clear on who you are targeting. So are you targeting total beginners, or are you targeting senior and intermediate developers? So the market for beginner is a way bigger market, but usually it's also more competitive. You have other course creators that target the same people. And for senior, this is a smaller market. This is normal. This is, not just in programming, any topic that you can think about. basically there are always way more beginners because this is a triangle, like many people give up, they never make it to the senior level. So the market for senior is less competitive. You have way less course creators that sell to these people. They have more money, but at the same time, they also are a bit more reluctant to spend money on courses because they feel like they can learn better by themselves. So this is why I recommend to start with beginners. It's going to be just easier to get started. And from there, you can decide if you want to add a course that is a little bit more advanced. But in general, we tend to overestimate the technical capacity of our audience. We think that everybody is like us, but no, most people are more junior than you are. Okay, and you don't necessarily need yourself to be a top senior guy in order to create a course. From the moment that you have a few years of experience, I would say that you are qualified to create an online course for programming. So now, which topic should you choose? And I think that you should start with what you know and combine it with AI, because right now AI makes everything much more popular. So let's say that you are a front-end guy, so you can make a course on how to build full stack application with AI. If you're a backend guy, how to be a backend developer with AI. It could also be a course to learn how to become very good at prompting. So a lot of software developers are very worried that AI will replace them. So for them, it's very valuable to level up and learn to use AI better. Now, once you have picked a topic, you also need to decide what's going to be the outcome. So the outcome is, what is the big promise of the course? Once they've followed this course, what will they be able to do? So most course creators focus only on a technical outcome, such as, you will be able to build a mobile app, you will be able to build a front-end app. And yes, developer wants to see a very specific technical outcome, but if you want to make your course even more attractive, you can also describe the outcome in terms of a money outcome. So for example, you can say, okay, well, on average, AI programmer make 20% more than average web developer. So once you follow my course, then you will be able to increase your salary by 20%. Or if let's say you do a course to teach people how to become a freelancer, how to build AI SaaS, but as freelancer. So you can say, okay, well, on average, the SaaS that you can sell as a freelancer will be worth $10,000. So you will be able, this is the kind of money you'll be able to make with one project. So this is a very concrete number. And what's great is that people will compare this number with the price of your course. And so it's going to be much easier to demonstrate the value of your course. So a couple of other tips to find topics for your course. You can use the research tool of Udemy. So Udemy, this is this course platform that you probably know. And once you create an instructor account, which is free to do, you will have access to a research tool that shows you which topic is popular or not on Udemy. So that can give you some clue. Another way to estimate the popularity of a topic is to check Google Trends. So this is a free tool by Google, and you can see the evolution of the popularity of some topic. And you can also use social media such as YouTube. So you can check out the big programming channel and see what kind of video are popular on their channel. And you can also use your own audience if you have one. So we will talk more later of how to build your audience to sell programming courses. But your audience will give you the best signal because these are people that already trust and follow you. And so you can see what kind of topic resonate with your audience on your channel. And that's really the best way to really know how which topic to choose. So next topic we're going to cover is where to host your courses. So The first way is to choose a marketplace. So for example, marketplace is a website like Udemy. So Udemy brings you their own audience. So they already have a lot of customer. They already have a whole system to host your course. So you just need to create an instructor account. You upload your course. It's going to be approved, and that's it. You can make money very fast. So the big advantage is that it's much faster to monetize. You don't need your own audience, but there are also some downsides. So they take a 50% commission. So that's a lot of money that you are giving them. They also have a lot of limitation. For example, in terms of price, the maximum price on Udemy is $200, but that's just a theoretical price, because the actual price that most people end up doing is more like something like $10, because basically every few days they run this promotion and they only push the course that accept to be discounted to $10. So in effect, most customers of Udemy expect the courses to be worth $10. And the problem is that with such a low price, it's really difficult to make a lot of money, because you need to have a ton of buyers. And even though Udemy has a big audience, the reality is that with such a low price, it's still difficult to make a decent income on Udemy. Also, be aware that you are on their platform. So basically, they decide on the rules. They can change the rule whenever they want, and you have absolutely no control. So, in general, when you want to create your own business, you have some desire of independence, some of freedom, and you don't have this on Udemy. So for me, that's the main reason why I don't recommend to be there. And also, I also think you can make way more money if you're not on Udemy. So if you're not on Udemy, another option is to self-host the course. So you could build your own platform. Since you are a developer, you could build your own thing. However, I don't recommend to do this, except if you do a very gamified course with a lot of customized feature. But if you do a more standard course with which is basically text and videos, I don't think it's really worth it to build your own platform, because you are not in the business of building a course platform. Building a course platform only worth it if you're doing a very gamified, customized course, or if you building a course platform yourself. But that's a whole different business. When I'm talking of selling courses online, I'm not talking of building a course platform. This is different. So this is why I recommend to use what I call white label platform. So white label platform, those are course platforms that allow you to upload your course, but they don't have an audience. All they do is they just host your videos, your course, and they also have already an integration with a payment platform like Stripe. So it's really plug and play. All the technical side is already handled. However, you will have to bring your own audience, because they will not make any sale for you. So usually those platforms such as Teachable, this is the one I've used for a long time and which is very good. This platform, they charge you, they have a monthly fixed fee. So Teachable, you will pay anywhere between $50 to $100 per month. And with this, you will be able to host a certain number of courses, but they don't take any fee for each sale, or sometimes they take some very small fee on the lower plans, but in general, this is negligible. So you will have to pay some fee to Stripe, for payment processing, but that's different. But you won't have to pay fees to the platform itself. So you will, if you make a sale of, let's say you sell a course $100, well, after you deduct the credit card fee, maybe you're going to be left with $97. So most of the money is going to be in your pocket. So that's a big advantage. Another big advantage is that you have full power for pricing your course. So if you want to make a course that is more expensive, nobody is going to stop you from doing this. And in general, to make money as a course creator, you will have to increase your prices. A lot of course creators do have courses that are way too cheap, and it's just way harder to make money with this. So you won't have this problem on Teachable. Now, the big disadvantage is that you will have to bring your own audience, and so that means you will have to do some work on the front end. But overall, I think you're still going to, it's going to be much better to choose this option. So next, we're going to cover which course format. And this is very important because some course formats are much more appealing than other. So before, it used to be possible to get away with just a text-based course. Nowadays, in 2025, unfortunately, this is not possible anymore. So what you have to do nowadays is video courses. Really, video is what most people expect in 2025. And most likely your course is going to have some text in it, but the main medium is still going to be video. Now, another possibility is to do a course that is more customized, so a course that is a little bit more interactive and that is a little bit gamified. If you code your own platform, this is going to be much easier to do. But now you have more and more course platforms like Teachable that are more and more powerful and also allow you to have some level of interactivity, some level of gamification. For example, on Teachable, it's possible to have some sections that are locked unless you complete some previous section. So that's one way to gamify your course. You have also quiz that allow you to be more interactive. And on Teachable, it's also possible on some of the higher plan to inject some JavaScript. So you could embed some sort of interactive challenge directly on Teachable. And that's a very, very interesting option. So now I want to talk about AI because in the age of AI, of course, a big question is how to convince people to still pay for courses because AI is such a good teacher. And turns out that there is a possibility to leverage AI to make your course more appealing. So for example, what you could have in your course is you could give a prompt and the prompt might be a part of a challenge. So you could say, okay, well, we're going to build an app and to build this app, you're going to start with this prompt. Okay. So that's one way to integrate AI. You could give a prompt, for example, let's say you explain a topic and then you want to allow people to use AI if they have more questions. So you could craft a prompt so that someone could ask more questions to AI about a very specific topic, but in a more guided way. You could create a custom GPT, which is very easy to do on ChatGPT. Basically, this is a very easy way to create a sort of customized a ChatGPT experience. So you give it a prompt, you can give it some data, and then people have a customized prompt. You could also, if this is more advanced, but you could use the API of OpenAI to do an integration with your course. So if you use a custom, if you do something custom coded, it's going to be easier. But as I said, now there are more and more widgets that you can integrate into platforms like Teachable where you can do that sort of things. But that's the most advanced, so maybe that you don't need to do this. So next, we're going to cover how to sell your courses. This is super important. If you don't know how to sell your courses, you're not going to have a course business. So the best way to sell your courses is to build your own audience on social media. So there are different social media that you can use. Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, those are the most relevant for programmers. So Twitter, it's easier to create content there because it's just text-based. However, it's quite hard to get a following on Twitter because you need to be it's just harder to be interesting with text. So it's not such a good idea actually. Then you have Twitch, which is for live streaming. I haven't seen a lot of successful course creator on Twitch. It's mostly for gaming. And then you have YouTube where you have, this is for basically pre-recorded video. So this is where I was able to build my course business. And this is really what I recommend. So it takes more time to create content for YouTube. And at the beginning, it's going to be a little bit overwhelming. But, you know, after a couple of videos, it's going to start to get easier. And where YouTube really shines is that it allows you to create this very deep relationship with your audience. One view on YouTube is much better than one view on Twitter because On YouTube, people really learn how to develop this relationship with you, and it's just much harder to happen on Twitter. So this is why I think the effort is really well worth it. And now, what about the passive income aspect? Because I mentioned in this video that you can programming courses are the best way to create a passive income business for programmer. And that's because the videos that you post will keep working for you. So you only need to post a video once, and then the video is going to work for you even while you sleep. It's going to keep generating views, and when you generate views, basically you create this relationship with your audience, and people will get on your mailing list, and they will buy your course automatically. So that's really how the magic happened. And once you start to have a lot of videos online, which is my case, it's like if you have an army of employees that is working for free, that is going to just generate sales for you. That's the magic of YouTube. So if you want to build your own course business as a software developer and create some passive income, you can get my help for free by joining my free community. So for that, follow the link down below. All right, that's it for this video. Bye.